This is INCRadio, DCEM 954, the voice of truth, the official radio station of the Church of Christ or Iglesia ni Cristo.
Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, wherever you are right now. Thank you for tuning again to another show of INCRadio in New York. My name is Brother Lance Munoz, your host for today's episode. And with me on today is Sister Abigail Hidalgo and Brother Christian Rockapour, where we'll be talking about our main topic for today, which is the top things that makes us smile. Smiling is a simple yet powerful expression that connects us all, whether it's triggered by a funny moment, a kind gesture, or a fond memory. A smile often reflects joy, comfort, or connection. In this discussion, we'll explore the different things, big or small, that makes us smile and how these moments impacts our relationship and overall well-being. How is everyone doing today in this lovely weather we are having in upstate New York?
I am doing okay, Brother Lance. I think we're experiencing the same rainstorm. It's downpouring currently right now. And even though it's raining, it's like a nice day to kind of like, settle in and work on stuff inside. I wish it was sunny and warmer so we can explore outside, but it's okay to, stay in for a day. How about you, Brother Christian?
Now that you asked, I don't want to say it because I don't want to add to the bad weather you guys are having. Well, here in Long Island City, in New York City, we are very sunny right now, actually. Yeah, I'm looking at the cameras, and yeah, it's sunny today, hopefully, and then I think later we will get that rain coming in. So, I think for the majority of us who have been awake since earlier today, are trying to enjoy as much as we can with the sunlight. So.
Well, in general, we're in the summer or springtime and the days are getting longer, so even though it's like rainy right now, hopefully like around this afternoon, since the days are getting longer, the sun is setting around like 7-8 o'clock. We can hopefully enjoy a little bit of sunshine, depending on the storm. I haven't really looked at the weather, how long this rain will be, but hopefully this afternoon.
Yes, hopefully it gets better because it's extremely dark out here. Well, anyways, let's move on to our main topic. What makes us smile? So for our listeners and viewers, please also chime in our YouTube live chat or the comment box under the YouTube. What makes you smile? Whether it's small things or big things, what really makes you smile? So, Brother Christian, what makes you smile in this time of the day?
I was thinking about it and I was like, what always makes me smile? Food. Even smelling food makes you smile because it's going to be good, especially if it's something that you've been craving and you expect, and then someone in your family, like out of nowhere, just cooks it for you. Oh, bigger smile because you're just like, wow, I've been craving this, and then your cravings have been satisfied. So
sounds about right. Yeah, food definitely is a big factor in making us smile, especially when you're hungry or like if you're craving for a specific food, then you go to a certain area and you smell that specific food. But it sometimes also brings back memories in your childhood if it's food. What about you, Sister Abby? What makes you smile?
Those moments, those unexpected moments, I feel like makes me smile. Like when you see a good friend that you haven't seen in a long time, or like a family member that you also haven't seen in a long time, or those like simple gestures that random strangers also do, like opening the door, something simple as that. Or even I know like it's May and June. There's a lot of milestones happening for a lot of people, a lot of brethren, about like graduations, um, like maybe those first big purchases, like if you're planning for like your own car, or you're becoming a homeowner, or your first apartment that you're going to rent, or those like big milestones makes me smile, just looking back on your accomplishments or the goals that you achieve can make someone smile. How about you, Brother Lance?
Yes, those are definitely good points to say, Abin, Brother Christian. Yeah, what makes us smile is just the day to day things you experience. You have to appreciate even small things in life. When you go on, especially on a day to day basis. Sometimes you get uh, you get nice food, as mentioned by Christian, or you make a new accomplishment, or you take off one of your goals throughout that day, or even just having a peaceful time throughout the day, even just that 15 minutes uh, of quietness. Sometimes it makes us smile because, it's very busy nowadays. We're so uh, busy with work, with school, with everything going on around us, and also with like all these social media and your phones, you're constantly being bombarded with notifications also. So even just a small time of peacefulness and quietness also, it's a good way to make us smile. uh and why do those things that you mentioned makes you smile?
Well, actually, I wanted to add in another thing that makes me smile is whenever we attend like church activities. Definitely like just recently we had our Unity games, and I think for this past week I've been recovering. Majority of our athletes have been recovering. I don't know how you guys are doing with your recovery, but
Took me a week.
what happened?
It took me a week to recover from just driving.
Again, I'm sorry, Brother Lance, if I served it a little too hard right at your face. um, but yeah, like things like that makes me smile. And of course, this weekend, tomorrow, for those of you tuning in, the District of New York is having our first ever, I think in a really long time, our Kadiwa formal. So that's something that's making me smile right now just thinking about it, because um, it's a once in a lifetime event, and how often do we have a formal? So um, especially catered to our Kadiwas. So just to see everyone again, and it's going to be at a really nice venue. So
Mhm.
thinking about that.
Yeah, well, man.
It's the Kadiwa formal. I was talking to, I think, Sister Casey from LIC, or New York, and she said this is the first Kadiwa formal as a district of New York. There were other Kadiwa formals, but we were like Northeastern Seaboard with Jersey. I remember the first one, it was in Elizabeth, I believe, and then there was one in Philadelphia. I'm very dating myself, but yeah, as the District of New York, it's like the first Kadiwa formal. So it's gonna be exciting, even though it's maybe the first for a majority of us, or maybe a couple for the other part. It's good to see brethren, meet new people, and again, strengthen those bonds or those relationships, that we have, or and whatnot. So be exciting.
Before we move on, I actually just wanted to read some of the comments too, because we're actually getting a lot more activity now in the comments. Sorry. For from Brother Leon, he says hashtag Syracuse is in the house. He says Unity Games made him smile, and of course Brother Christian and Brother Lance made him smile. So thank you, Brother Leon. For Sister Cheyenne from Woodbury, she says my dogs and funny memes make me smile too. So my dog makes me smile. So
There's
I'm glad.
a few more. Sister Cheyenne also said spending time with family and friends always makes me smile. The funny one is Sister Joanne Blanco, Soriano. Seeing Bobby makes me smile. Brother Leon also said, Unity games make me smile, as mentioned by Brother Christian. And Sister Gemma Soliman Sturbus said, good morning, District of New York. Happy blessed day to all and to all the church all over the world. And we have many reasons to be smiling every day as INC members or iglesianicristo members, and especially today, witnessing a history. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of things that makes us smile as we go on with our day-to-day things.
And
There's more we'll mention later. Go ahead.
District Kadiwa is also in the house. So shout out to Sister our District Kadiwa Prez, Sister Joy Ann Andres, and of course some officers like Sister Cheyenne is also on the chat. So as district officers, we're really excited to again see everybody tomorrow at our Kadiwa Formal. And I believe we still have seats open. So if you are still interested, or if you know anyone that is interested, please come, because we want to see you. So and it's going to be a fun event. So we really want everyone to just come and have fun.
Yes, definitely. And then our next question: why do those things you mentioned makes you smile?
I think it's just, I don't know. It's like it. I don't know why those things bring us joy, but like when whatever makes you happy and proud, or I don't know, like it just makes you smile. I don't know. I'm that's a very bad answer, but
I think because especially when seeing our friends and family, like last week in Unity Games, I think I haven't seen Brother John or a lot of the Sister Cheyenne, Sister Joy. I haven't seen them in person for maybe 6 months since the last activity we had as together as in district activity. In terms of being able to see one another, although we had many activities throughout the year, I think this is the first one where we were all combined as a local congregation in one area. So I think being able to see each other in person also makes a huge difference in making us smile, because you can see each other, you can talk to each other in person, and it's a whole different experience rather than talking online also. So I guess that's also, and also eating new food in a new place makes us smile, because it's a new environment also, and it's something different. So we had lobster roll, for those wondering what we had during that weekend.
yes, of course. When you're in New England, you have to get a lobster roll, and there's two different types. There's the cold kind and a warm kind, and I don't know what type of lobster roll you have, but
what is the difference between? Is it the buns that's cold, or the
actual sandwich? So the hot one is hot. Lobster roll is usually like toasted. A bun, and the lobster is like with melted butter, while the cold one is with like mayo, like a like a tuna salad kind of thing with mayo and all that stuff. That's the other kind. I forgot which region it is, but I feel like I think it has to do with Maine. Like Maine lobster is like one of the popular or most common lobsters that you see, but it's regional. Like New England clam chowder versus Manhattan clam chowder versus, I think there's a Rhode Island clam chowder. So there's different types of regional food.
Yes, please don't make the mistake of thinking New England clam chowder is the same as Manhattan clam chowder. On the hard way.
On the topic of Unity games too, like what made me smile the most is seeing the younger kids, like the young Kadiwa, this children's worship service, and seeing them grow when they're like really shy and they didn't want to participate in sports, but now they're so eager to, learn volleyball or even dodgeball or even basketball, and just see their growth that they're able to hold their own and they can score those points. And you're just like, I remember you when you just didn't want to do anything, but now you're participating. And just seeing someone be successful in their whatever they want to do, or just trying new things and being proud of themselves as an older person, that's what makes me smile.
To add on to that, again, like for Unity games, just seeing everybody, like, the basketball players that have no idea what volleyball even is, or like the rules of how to even play volleyball, and seeing these new players just play and try out this new sport it really made me smile as well, because it's not often you see new people try out something new. So seeing that, and of course our dodgeball sport as well. Nobody knew what the mechanics were, how it was going to happen, but there was a lot of people having fun and just doing their own thing, which is a nice thing to see. So
Yeah, you can't be serious all the time, it's like, I feel like smiling, laughing, and enjoying yourself kind of reduces your stress, because sometimes we're busy with school, busy with work, we're serious, we have projects, we have like whatever we need to do, but once we find something that makes us smile or laugh, it kind of relaxes us and makes us appreciate and slow down in our lives.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so we mentioned it. The kids growing up. It's definitely very exciting to see, because even some of us, as mentioned by Brother Christian, there's basketball players that were forced to play volleyball, and there's 3 kids in our team, and at least the Rochester team, who are mainly basketball players, and I think it is the first Unity games that they're playing volleyball, and they're pretty good for basketball players. I mean, even not
hey
knowing
man,
all the rules.
seeing Rochester play and give it your all in that round, that was pretty cool to see. And of course Syracuse was also really strong this year, so shout out to Syracuse if you're tuning in. I think their hashtag was no excuse for Syracuse, so they really proved that all the way to the final round. And of course other locales joining together. It was the first time where really we had a lot of locales standing on their own rather than being in their own cluster. So and I think and even with those clusters, there were new clusters formed, so I think seeing that was also really a good thing. So a lot of positive things that happened.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that made us smile throughout this week, since we're having a back-to-back weekend. And another question that we do have, especially for listeners and viewers: can a smile be contagious? Why or why not? So, can a smile be contagious? Is it very contagious for you, Sister Abby or Brother Christian?
I think so, but I feel like it also depends on the situation, because sometimes, like, when things aren't going your way or you're having some difficulties with whatever, sometimes when someone smiles at you and it's not the right time, it kind of makes my mood a little worse. But majority of the time, if someone smiles or tries to make me smile, it helps, lighten the mood and kind of give you another perspective. It's like, you know what, you shouldn't be upset. You should try to focus on the good things, or try to find something that will change your mood around, because you can't be upset or sad for a long time. I mean, you have to, acknowledge it and like process your emotions, but try not to be too serious for too long. So I feel like smiles can be contagious, but depends on the situation.
Yeah, I think it goes a long way to smile, especially if it's a gloomy day. If you smile at someone, or if even asking how are you or how are things going, it often makes them smile. Because sometimes it lightens up the mood. It breaks up the monotony of throughout the day, especially if somebody's having a hard day. Giving them just a quick smile might make them smile even better or wider, or I don't know. So it helps throughout the whole day. Just maintain those smile as much as you can. As what did they mention is that it takes more muscles to frown than it is to smile. Is that the saying?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, scientifically speaking, yes, right? Like it takes more muscles. So smile all the time, everyone, if you're tuning in. When Brother Lance hosts, it always makes us smile. So
It does. We miss Brother Lance. It's been a while.
we should do a back-to-back episode next week too. Brother Lance will also
Yeah,
host.
yeah, definitely back to back. And the last question is: do you think a smile can be a powerful way to communicate without words?
Yeah, I think so. Any like what's that term? My brain is not functioning. It's it's body language, right? Any kind of body language can can portray what you're feeling, and it can be a powerful way to communicate. You can tell someone's mood, someone's like friendliness sometimes if they're smiling. So I think it can be a good way to communicate.
Definitely, Sister Abby. And as mentioned in our live chat, smiles and laughs are always contagious by Sister Joy. Sister Jennifer said, "Seeing you all together makes me smile." Oh, it's nice to see everyone together for our district activities. Any other things that we want to mention before we move on to our main district activities that's happening in our district? What else? Did we forget anything for our YouTube live comments? What else makes you smile? Let us know so that we can mention on. But we are gonna. Do you have anything else, Brother Christian? No. Okay. We'll move on to our district activities that's happening. And as we mentioned, what makes us smile is the Kadiwa Formal on June 1st, which is tomorrow. It is June 1st tomorrow. It's moving on. We're already in the 6th month of the year. And it will be in the New England Air Museum from 5 to 8 p.m. So for all the Kadiwa members, even if you haven't registered, you can still register tonight. I'm sure there's still, as mentioned by Brother Christian, there's still a few more spaces left for us to fill in. It is free. It is free once again. You just register.
$3.99. No, I'm kidding. It's free. It's totally free.
There will be.
But please do come because it again, New England Air Museum is a really nice venue, and we are being encouraged to arrive at 4 p.m. so we can, explore the museum and look at all the planes that are available for us to go visit and interact with. And of course, our program, we have planned a really great program for our Kadiwas so that there's a lot of opportunities for us to play games and, play with, all the table games that we have prepared. And of course, be able to chat and meet new people and to make new friends and connections. And of course, there's going to be performances throughout the evening. So again, free 99. No, it's just free. It's free. So please come, and we would love to see you as the district Kadiwa officers in the district. We love to see the Kadiwas. So please, we are looking forward to seeing everyone.
Yes, especially if that doesn't convince you enough, I believe there's a 3-course meal included. So
And food makes us smile. So
yeah. So if not seeing a plane in person is not exciting enough, 3-course meal should be the one that excites you. There will be, I believe, I heard there's cheesecake in the dessert menu. So so if you don't like cheesecake, I don't know. I don't know if there's something wrong with you. Unless you're lactose. I understand when you're lactose intolerant.
there's medication for that. So don't forget those medications so you can enjoy all the foods. Unless you're allergic. If you're truly allergic to food and you have food allergies, please be conscious of what you consume.
Yes. Apart from that, many activities that were happening. There will be also CBI Baccalaureate and Binhi dinner on June 29. I believe the following sites will be Forest Hills, Windham, and Rochester for the CBI Baccalaureate. The Binhi dinner is to follow in terms of the venue. But yes, it is coming to that time of the year where the Binhi members or the college members and also the elementary kids and the Kadiwa members or even Buklods who are taking a degree or going back to school, is that time of the year where they are graduating. So for those who are graduating, congratulations. I believe we also have one who graduated here, Sister Abby, who got her doctorate.
Yes.
So please attend this so you can see all the achievements of our brothers and sisters in this district. It's also a good way for us to boost our morale in terms of, hey, what else can I achieve? If you're looking forward to achieving more in your goals, or if you're planning to go back to school, then you can see what the young ones are doing. More likely to inspire you and continue to attend this activity. And also, there's a dinner at the same time. So for the Binhi guests,
we can't forget about the younger ones.
yes, especially. And sometimes they have speeches too there to inspire you. I'm not sure what the exact rundown is of the activity, but please do attend and register. And to our shout outs and greetings, so Sister Abby, we would like to go to the hashtags now, who are hashtags winners from last week.
Yes, so we'll recognize the top actually four. There's a tie for first place. Local congregations, worship services, or extensions from last week, hashtag challenge. Number 3 is the local of Wyndham's. Congratulations, Wyndham. Number 2 is Cranston. So that's in Rhode Island. Congratulations, Cranston. And our top hashtagger local congregation, it's a tie between LIC and Woodside. And then our top hashtaggers, we have a tie for third place. Number 3 is Sister Marty Boren and Sister Isabel Galarpe. Number 2 is Sister Lorna Cruz. And number 1 is Sister Lani. We appreciate you commenting and shouting out your local congregation. So we'll see next week who is the top hashtaggers and local congregation. So continue to shout out your local congregations for the last couple of minutes, and we'll recognize you next week.
Yes, feel free to fill in the live chat as soon as while we wrap this up and while we end this. Any other shout outs and greetings that we want to mention before we do conclude?
We have brethren from Londonderry, Sister Jem from Rochester, Sister Susan from Wyndham, hashtag Cranston. Who else can we recognize? We have also from Rockland. Good to see people from, or brethren from, I guess, upstate New York, even though it's kind of a little bit more north. Sister Jama and Sister Lani again in the chat. Sister Giselle from hashtag Syracuse. We have Sister Jennifer from California. And Brother Philip also from Cranston. We appreciate you tuning in on this gloomy Saturday morning. And I know some of us are a little bit tired, but we're glad that you're able to stay up with us, even though it's 11 o'clock or 11:30 in the morning. But I think we can close it out.
Right. And, as always, thank you so much for tuning in to INCRadio every week. And, thank you to the administration for giving us a platform to share and always speak about important and interesting topics like these. And don't forget to catch us again next Saturday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That's Sunday, 11:30 p.m. Philippine time.
And greetings to our beloved Executive Minister, Brother Eduardo B. Manalo, and praises to our Almighty God for appointing a current Deputy Executive Minister, Brother Angelo Irania Manalo, and also greetings to our INC radio station manager, Brother Wally Taray, and Executive Producer, Kuya Manly Adaya, and especially to our District Minister, Brother Sheridan Santos, our Assistant District Minister, Brother Neil Patrick Omedas, to our CFO Advisor, Brother Jason Flores, and to our District Multimedia Advisor, Brother Christopher Ornedo. And that brings us to the end of our show today. Have a good day, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. And keep those smiles.
Keep those smiles. See you next week.
See you, everyone, tomorrow.
And tomorrow, yes. Make sure he gets the video. Oh, he's there?